What's up, guys? Time to show off another build I got done today. Trying to get stocked up a little bit so I can take some time off. But we've got a pilot dial build. This is one similar to what I did before. We took a dial I've done before, lasered out, but lasered it out in kind of a distressed look to the dial where the brush marks are actually done by laser. That's not from like darkening the dial and then scuffing, because those are like perfectly straight up and down lines. So since we had it done that way, I did a distressed case, distressed bezel, crown, caseback, and clasp. So I used some ager on a brushed case. Normally I polish them and then I go back and I spin it on like a Scotch-Brite to give it brush marks. But this time I did not do any brush marks at all on it. I took it right from the ager and put it in water, let it soak for a long time, and then pulled it out. So it any brush strokes that you'd see in it would be from what's under the aging. So aged 350 case, aged tall Atlas bezel. I actually had this bezel and insert already, so what I did was I just aged it, and I even let it get on the aluminum insert just in case it would do anything. You can kind of see in some spots from an angle, it does look like it kind of ate into it a little bit here and there. But I didn't know if it was going to or not. So I'm actually going to hit this with a little bit of foamer and see if that's just something that's on top or if it's going to stay there. Definitely didn't wipe it down when I got it out. Looks like it pretty much came off, but that's okay. I didn't know if it was going to do anything or not. And with aluminum, it would be a completely different aging if it was rough than steel. A lot of times it gets kind of like a coppery orangish look to it, so that's cool. That can stay nice and clean. So you got your 50-50 minute style bezel in there. You've got a milled, lasered, and aged star engraved caseback, and this is on a super soft two-tone 2-piece wristband strap with an aged preview buckle that we have your circle star pilot style engraving on the edge of the buckle there and a little BVW. And then a set of Vostok 24 black hands. And let's see if this light will work. To show off our lume, we lasered out the numbers. Nice distressed lume on the back side there. And it's a little bright. Let's see. There we go. And I can't remember, I think this is version 6. Could be version 3. I don't remember what layout this style is. I'll have to look real quick when I upload. But that is the build. Bezel will go left, it'll go right. I put on a little bit of extra, wrapped some floss around where this connects, because with the aging it kind of eats away a little bit, which makes things a little bit more loose. So I wrapped some some dental floss up in there, real tight around, and pushed it on itself before I snapped this on. Kind of have a little bit more for it to bite into. Automatic mechanical, there is a rotor in the back here, you just can't see it. So before you put it on, if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it just a little bit so that you do not lose time throughout the day. You back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking, and at that point you can wind. And a wind is a turn that way. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and go back and forth. If you do that for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with the rotor movement in the back will keep your time throughout the day. If you know you're not going to be active at all, driving, sitting all day, make sure you wind it for another 4 or 5 seconds to max out your 31-hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. And when you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull the crown out all the way and set your time. Does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going on you. And you'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressures on anything. Okay, Google, what time is it? Push it over. Screw it down. And that is the build. I see a tiny little, there it is, right there. Thing's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. So I have tweezers right here. I just need that same light to hit it. Did I get it? No, I didn't get it. I can see it right there. Normally I hit that kind of thing with a torch, but I can't tell where that's coming out of. Then appears to be just on the side itself. Well, regardless, I will get it handled before it gets to anybody. But a little flame will normally address that. I think I got it. Yeah, it looks like it's coming right. Doesn't look like it's from the insert or the adhesive there. Which makes it a bit of a pain. Oh, I do see it again. Sorry, this is the part of the video where nothing happens. Got it. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. Entirely up to you how cool you are, whether you wear beads or not. This is going to come in a special edition dial matching box. I happen to have a couple of these left, which is good. This will come with watch cleaner. This is that foamer I was using a moment ago. That's good on all glass and metal parts, so everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. Will also come with leather conditioner to keep this wristbound strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel that it's not applied on the front and back, let it soak in, remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. And lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It is for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. If you do, no big deal. Put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right, filling that scratch up. Haze it, buff it, and it should be gone. If it's still there, just revisit it after you let it sit for a moment, let that solidify, and just do it again. But only use a little tiny bit. You don't want to use a whole bunch. And that's the build. If it's going to you, congrats. I hope you love it. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.